There are several functions that can be invoked with cout or console output object. In addition to the insertion operator that you can use with cout object, IOStream library provides additional functions that can be used with cout object to improve the output experience or to display output data in well formatted way. Focus here is to demonstrate the use of three cout functions called fill, width, and let me write it: width, fill, and precision. You can use this function in this way. These are the functions we are going to practice in this exercise. Now let me get into it. First, we have this structure student with the data members ID, name, number of marks, and marks. And this line, this statement creates an array and initializes it with this data ID with this data name, number of marks, and 2 marks in the array, in this array. And here the second object is initialized to this ID value, name is initialized to this text, number of marks, and the marks for that only one subject or course. Here I would like to display this first. Since this is an array, this is small array, but I want to see this array as the array which can be used in the loop, so that the code can be generalized to the larger size array. So let me have a for loop. I iterate for only two objects, 2 I plus plus, and I want to put out the the ID first, ID followed by name, followed by number of marks, and then after that because number of marks can be 1, 2, or 3, so you need to have another loop int j equals to 0, j less than sti dot number of marks I plus plus. And inside this loop you can have cout statement to display marks, and finally you can have a new line character at the end. So this is the code that will display all the data. Let me see what how does the output look in this case by compiling it in a terminal. Here this is a warning, so looks like I have initialized j but used I, so I should have used a j here and j here as well. Go back to the code. Here this should be j, and this should be j, and also this marks should be, this index for the marks should be j as well. Back to the terminal, compile, and then I want to execute. So now the data is displayed. This is ID, and this is a name. This is the number of marks 2, and marks for one subject, marks for another subject. And this for the second student, this is ID, this is name, number of marks, and the marks for that one subject. So this is the output, but it doesn't look very readable to the user. It is to make it readable, you need to display so that there is something there. We can identify, distinguish these different fields or different informations. We are going to do that now. And some of the early changes you can make in this code would be, maybe put something here. I mean, something that will actually separate, mark the beginning of this ID, and then put this similar information after here, after name, and after name, before number of marks. And here also you can put, then after that here also you can use some characters to separate. Let me use this character, and finally like this. I believe this will make it look a little bit better. So at least the things are actually separated, right? So two marks, but I don't want this here because it doesn't look good to have this thing here. And I would like to have a space after this pipe, and also a space here. uh, this looks separated, but not well readable. Now let me go back to the code, and I would like to put a space here, and also put a space before and after the pipes, and put a space here, and put a space. And finally I want to put this just to avoid putting it at the end. um, we can do something like this. If j equals to dot number of marks minus 1, then you put nothing, otherwise you put this thing here, right? So this will make it a little bit more readable. So now there is a spacing, so you can read this readable, right? But this is not sufficient. We need to, I actually want to align, I mean, all these things in one column. For example, I want to align these two pipes in the same column, and these two pipes in the same column, this two pipe in the same column, and I want to align this last final pipe and this pipe in the same column. So for that purpose we can make use of something called width function, this width function. So for the uh, what width does is it actually sets the number of characters, or the, I mean, the width in which a particular data item, for example ID, is to be placed. For example, if you look into the output, we have we want to, if you want to align these two pipes, then you want to make sure that this thing and this thing is placed in space the space of characters of the same length, same width characters. So we actually want the width of both items to be let's say 1 2 3 4 5. In this case this first item is placed in width of 3, second in the 5, but I want to place both in the width of 5. So for that purpose we can set the width at this point 5, right? So this will help us to align those first I mean items, that means other, I mean, which means to align the IDs. So we can see the ID is aligned in the same column again. So ID is aligned. To align the name we also want to determine how many characters you want to set the I mean set used to set the width for the name field. So if you count the characters, it's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 14 15, total 15 characters would be needed in this case. So let me go back and set 15 character width for this. So this will let me see output. So now these are vertically aligned in the same column name. This is okay, and actually let me do this here. So this is a little bit tricky because different students may have different number of subjects, so you need to determine what will be the field that is required to have for all the, I mean, the student with the maximum number of courses, and you need to see the difference, find the difference between this and this field, and then you want to set the width after this, that amount of width after this, right? So for that uh, let me do first, I need to determine what is the maximum number of characters, I mean the width that is needed for the largest the student with the maximum number of marks. So we want to compute that using this logic. Let's say initialize one maximum number of equals 0 for it I equals to 0, I less than 2, I plus plus, and here if I think you can start from 1. Let me start from 0, but starting from 1 will make it more efficient. So if sti maximum number of marks is greater, then you set it to maximum number of marks equals to sti dot number of marks. So maximum number of marks will be in this field, I mean in this variable. Then you can use that here to set that width. So let me put this in the curly brace here. Once it is done, then I think after this, so when everything is printed, all the marks are printed, then you want to set width, and then the width you want to set is going to be, let's say if you look into the output, let me go back to the output. So if you do some kind of computation, what you want to, I mean this number of characters you want to place here, right? So um, from the maximum number of width, if you, this is the maximum number of width, and you want to um, uh, find out this number of characters and set that as a width after that. Therefore here maximum number of marks minus I dot marks, and then times 8 character, and yeah, this will do the job a little bit. Let me see how does it do. So in the terminal, compile and link, execute. So it is doing this job, but there's one small issue here. We actually have a statement to display this thing at the end, but it is setting the width, but number of width, because after width is set the width, then there is something that should be displayed. So back to the terminal, editor. When you set the width, this width applies to this character. So you want to, if you had placed, let's say, one another character after this width, then that should be this width should apply to that. But if you want to apply this to this character, then you need to add two more characters to um, apply, because you want this entire width to be applied before this these two characters. So for that purpose, we want to add +2 here, two extra characters width. So let us see the output. Now these are aligned as we expected. Now one more thing, I actually want to have the title. These are the data rows of the table. I also want to have a title row of the table where I would have ID written there over there, name, number of courses, and number of marks or number of courses, and the marks in it. So for that, I would put that here before the loop. Maybe try to copy this thing and make necessary changes. And here I'm going to be putting this thing ID, and in the place of name, and the number of marks. In this case, this will be tricky. Let me just put number of marks, and then I will come back and make some corrections. Number of marks, and then after that I will just put marks. So this was for I think it should be here, something like this. Marks. And finally I want to put pipe. So, and then after that new line character. Let me go to the terminal, try to compile it again. So it is it looks like this, right? So but we want to align this number of marks and these 2 and 3 in the same column. So you need to set the width for this these things as well, and you also need to set the width for this marks. So back to the code. The width I want to set this number of marks would be number of characters here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So here and for the marks column, this thing we want to in this case you can set the number. I don't need to set this, I guess, but if you want you can set for this number of marks as well, but I'm setting this for marks. And the thing number of characters I want to set here is going to be total maximum number of marks, and each maximum number of marks will actually carry let's say maximum marks. It will have 5 characters plus maximum number of marks minus 1 into 3 character, right? So this 3 character is for, because if you remember, we display the marks in this format: 555.55 and 66.66. So these are the 5 characters that because of that we have this 5 here, because if you have 2 marks, then it is 5 times 2, right? So it will compute 5 times 2, and then these 3 characters will be number of this combination of these 3 characters would be 1 less than maximum marks, so therefore we have max minus 1 into 3. So this is going to wait. Let me see the output here and see how it goes. I think there is a typo, or I didn't define that. Let me see. Go back to the core. Max number of marks. Should be marks. So back to terminal again. So it looks like working, right? So this is working. I will go ahead and do a little bit more demonstration. Add a little bit more to make this table appear a little bit more interesting. I want to actually separate this title row and the data row with a line, and put a line at the end. So here I would do something like this. Let me before that, here at the top I want to have some code to I would be basically putting out printing this character, but I want to put that character in the width, in the field of width, maybe equal to total number of characters that would be required. So if I go back to the terminal here, if I count the number of characters, it would be, if you count 1 2, this is 5 6 7 8 9 10, this is 15 10 15 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 and 45 46 47 48 48 9 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 50 59. In this case 59, but yeah, in this case I would use 59 characters, but you have to be mindful of the fact that this number of characters required would be also based on this maximum number of marks, right? So sometimes the marks may be more, so in that case you need to use this number of marks to actually compute. I'm not doing that for this particular case, but I'm just hard coding, putting the computed number of characters for this particular case, but you need to make it more general. This number of characters should be actually based on this value, and I want to actually do width, and then I want to do the filling. Now comes the job of filling. Let me just have this thing first. Let me just have this thing here, and I will come back and demonstrate how to fill it. So I want to, after the title title row display, and at the end. So these are the places where I want to put these lines. Let me go back to the terminal. So I think there is a problem. I think I missed a semicolon. It is the place where I did miss semicolon and semicolon. Terminal again. So we have this, I actually want to display this. This field is allocated entire field, but we displayed only one character, so it actually displayed at the end of the field. In this case also it actually displayed at the end of the field, right? But if you want to, display all this, this character here, one thing you can do is you can set a field character, because this entire thing is a field, right? And you display one data, and if you set that character to be filled, to be used to fill the blank space in that allocated field, then if that character is the same as this character, then it will appear as a line, entire line, right? So for that purpose, we want to go back to the core and set the field character as this character. And after one is done, then you reset back to the default field character, and the default field character is space, blank space, right? You do same thing for the next line, and you also do the same thing for the last final line here. So with this, our table will look much better. So now it looks much better. So this is the, because of the fill, we have entire space allocated, and then we set the fill character to dash, so we have this thing. And sometimes you also want to display this in, not in this form, in the form of total 5 characters, where the preceding spaces are not blank space but filled with 0. In that case also you can set fill character to 0, right? For example, something like this. So here, when you display the ID, here you can set the field character here. Zero. And then after it is done, then you reset to the default character, because that, if you don't reset, then it will actually affect the other, it will try to fill in other places. It's going to be reset to blank character. Right, so now it is filled with this 0 characters. And I actually now I actually want to talk a little bit about precision. I did talk how to use width and fill. Now I'll talk about precision. Precision is used to display the data, numeric data. So for example, we have this data displayed. It has a precision of 4 in this case. So if you want to display in a different precision, for example 2, 3 precision, or 4, 5, 6 precision, then you can use a precision function with cout statement. Right, so let me switch to the code. Now if I want to display this max in, let's say 5 precision, let's say 3 precision, right, then I would call the precision function here with and pass this thing. But the good way, a safe way of using precision is, because if you set the precision, then that precision will remain there. If you don't know what is the default value of precision, then you actually keep a record of default precision by calling this function. It will return the default precision, and you set precision to this 3 that you want, and after that, after the job is done, then you set it back to the default precision that was recorded previously. This is a, I mean, these are the safe way of using precision. Similarly, you can also do same thing for the fill. You record this default character in a fill character uh, in a variable, and then you set it back. But the default fill character is space, so you can just use it that way. So let me switch to the uh, terminal. So now we have three precision. So precision means a number of digits that with it is displayed. So in the previously it was four precision. So 1, 2, 3, 4, four digits were actually used displayed. In this case we have three, right? If you set two, then only two digits will be displayed. One digit will be displayed. Instead of four, I mean, if you set to five, then it will if it has I mean third digit after the decimal place, it will display. Otherwise it will just it will be the way it is. For example, if I have precision equals to 5, then so it doesn't have, right, data is just um, it has a 55.55, so it will not display additional digit. But if you actually add more things, for example, we can do here. So if I add plus 0.00, let's say uh, 37, in this case it will have more digits, right? So I want to display this data in with precision 5. In this case we can, let me see. So now the 5 precision, I mean it is displayed in 5 precision. But this is I mean if you use the precision, then you have to also be careful about the alignment. So you may have to do something to adjust this alignment. um, Back to the core. I'm going to be setting this to, let's say, 4 precision here. So now this is all I wanted to talk on this recording. And yeah, thank you for watching this recording.